Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our playthrough of Software Inc. Episode 3. In the previous episode we left off with $42 million in our wallet, another $156 million in our bank account earning interest, giving our company a value of $200 and almost $12 million in December of 1991. Now in today's video, we will continue to invest in stocks as we have been, but we're going to shift our strategy slightly in that we're going to keep the all companies window open, sorted by founded date, and we're going to look for any new companies that hit the market. Now, as you remember yesterday, there was a couple new companies that came out, and we bought in on them with the intention of holding their stock forever. I think it was, these two. Now another one did hit the market here, but we didn't get in on time, so we're going to wait until just before they release our next piece of software, right when their stock is at its cheapest, and then we will buy in on them and probably hang on to them forever as well. So we also, when we left off, we had not looked at this year's releases yet, so let's start it off by looking at that. Looks like a couple of pieces of Office software came out recently, one in December, one a couple months ago back in October. The one in December hasn't sold as much because obviously they just came out, whereas the previous one came out 2 months ago. But they are great quality, whereas the previous one, only good quality. So let us go ahead and take a look at their stock price. We'll buy in on them. And the only other thing that came out in December this year, it's a pretty slow year, is a game, and at this point we're still going to stay away from game software. So just invest in that one, hang on to these two, take a little bit of our money, and let's say we'll take half of that, we'll take $20 million. We'll throw that in the bank and keep the rest in the wallet so we have some money to invest next year. So we'll take it off a pause, put it on 3-speed, let the game run, let our guy come in for December, and take off, go home, and just keep an eye on the companies list and make sure that we hit pause and grab any companies that come on the market during the year, before they have a chance to release any software, before their stock price starts going up or down. We'll buy in on them. That way it only costs us $200,000 to buy all 80% of their stock. So halfway through the year, no new companies come out yet. We are into 1992, so we should start seeing some come out a little more frequently now. There's only been a couple that have come out since we started the game, but that'll kind of start snowballing as other companies start going bankrupt. Since December, we'll hit pause, we'll take a look at that one piece of software. It looks like it did go up in value. At one point they did stop paying us dividends, but we're still in the positive there, so we'll sell off that and pull up the software list and see what new stuff came out. Looks like a couple came out back in April, and that's far too long ago to invest in them now at this point. Theta Delight did come out with the console operating system, and there was no other operating systems that came out recently, so they will probably be profitable. We'll go ahead and pull up their details. And it looks like an audio tool came out. from Time Blade. We bought them before in the past and sold it off, and now we will buy in again. Let's see what else. Yeah, the only other two that came out this year were the two antivirus programs that came out back in April. So another kind of slow year, it looks like. Do have a good amount of money in the wallet, invested in these two, permanently hanging on to those two. Let's keep the company's window open. I'll take it off pause and let it run, and I'll bring you back either in December or when I see a new company pop up on the list. Well, it's December 1993. No new companies did end up coming out this year. But just to take note, Fish Trials, which was that one company that we had, that we held on to, and they didn't come out with any software for the first 3 years, the one that we bought in for $200,000, they finally released a piece of software. So I don't know if they were just glitched yesterday and rebooting the game actually kind of fixed it, or if they were just taking their sweet time getting to work. But they finally started. They finally released a piece of software, and they finally started paying us dividends. So we're finally making some money off of them, which is good to see. So take a look at our stocks. That one did go up. We will go ahead and sell that one off. Ooh, this was a big one. Went up almost 3,000%, and they're still paying us dividends. So we could probably hang on to them for maybe a month or two and still get a little more money out of them, but I think it's probably near its end of its life at this point, so we're going to get rid of that, because it's $48 million in the bank. Combined with the money we've made from interest, we are up to $238 million for our company's value. So let's take a look and see what new software programs did come out this December. Looks like we had a couple come out back in May. Boy, they were really releasing those antiviruses at the same time. And we did have an office furniture or an office software come out back in May, and another one just came out in December. The one back in May was great. The one that just came out in December is only good. But we need to invest in something. We don't want to go the whole year without making some money, so we will invest in them, and we'll just have to keep an eye on it and see if they start making a profit, and if their stock price starts growing. If it dips down to a negative, we'll have to quickly dump that off before we lose any money at all. We'll go ahead and take it off a pause and let it run. Now, just as a side note, I did notice over the year a couple companies did go out of business, and the list is getting kind of short, so we should see some new companies start showing up on the market pretty soon. I'm hoping this year. But we'll let it run. I'll bring you back in December or whenever I see something interesting happen. And it looks like I had to bring you back in April right after I let you go. New company hit the market, Doc LLC. So before they have a chance to do anything, we are going to buy all their stock, and we're going to put it over here with these ones that we're going to hang on to forever. And we'll take it off a pause and let the game run again. So it is September, so we're back a little bit early. But I noticed that these guys did stop paying us dividends, and their share price did drop by 1%. So it's on its way down. So we're going to dump that one off just a couple months early and get back to letting the game run. We just won't have to sell anything when December rolls around. So it's December now. Like I said, we sold that one stock early, so we have nothing to sell this time. But let's look and see what new stuff came out. Throw-like Face came out with an operating system for computers. iSpin came out with one for console. So let's take a look at this one and see. Ah, yes. That was the company that came out recently, but we had not bought in on them yet. So their share price is down to pretty much as cheap as it's ever going to be at this point. So we will go ahead and buy in on them, but we are going to intend on holding on to them forever rather than selling them off. We'll get the money from their dividend payments every time they release a new operating system. So we'll take a look at iSpin here and see what they look like. Yeah, we'll go ahead and invest in them. There is a office software that did come out, and it's been the only one that came out this year, so we should see some money from them. A couple game softwares and a 2D editor. There was an antivirus that came out in October. Good quality only. And they're competing with the great quality one from this Doc LLC, which was that brand new company that hit the market. So I'm not going to invest in them at this point. If it was outstanding quality or something better than what we already have, we might have invested in them, but I think we're gonna hold off now. Before I take the game off of pause and let it run, it is 1994, December of 1994, so once it kicks over into 1995, there's something that we are gonna have to keep an eye out for. 1995 is a special year in the game because that is when phone operating systems and 3D editors start hitting the market. That's when it gets unlocked, and that's when the other companies start developing those pieces of software. So normally we've been keeping this company's window open and watching out for new companies. In 1995 we are also going to keep the all releases window open, sorted by release date, and we're going to pay close attention because we know that there's going to be some phone operating system software that hits the market this year, and probably a couple 3D editors that hit the market. And because those are brand new, they're going to sell like hotcakes, and we don't want to miss out on months of profit from investing in them. So we'll keep those two windows open. We have invested in 3 stocks, and we'll let the game run and see what hits the market. Oh, and right away in January, 2 brand new companies. So we will buy in on them, set them over here, and continue to hold on to them forever. And we're starting to rack up a nice little stockpile, nice little portfolio of stocks that we're going to hang on to forever. We got 6 of them already. Eventually, as companies go out of business and as new ones hit the market to replace them, we'll kind of reach a tipping point where we own basically 80% of the stock in every company. And at that point, we don't have to go through and even check the annual releases. We don't have to buy and then sell and keep going back and forth. We just get a constant flow of dividend payments from all the companies that we hang on to forever. And if they start going out of business, we inherit all of their software, all their frameworks, and any licenses that they hold, and then we start making money off of that as well. So we'll keep these two windows open and just let the game run here a month or two and see if we see any of those new operating system softwares. Ooh, another new company. And that one, if you notice, that is a phone operating system software company. So they just hit the market. We will probably see their first product get released in the next couple months here. And another company, another brand new company. So we are now up to 8 companies that we're holding forever, and sure enough, there's that operating system. Actually, it's not from the people that we bought, it's from someone else. Oh no, we already own them up here. And a piece of Office software came out, good quality. We might just invest in them. Let's take a look and see what they're... Oh, that's a company that we already own. So we're going to see that happen. We're going to, as we get more companies that we're hanging on to forever, we are going to start seeing a lot more software that comes out from them, and less that comes out from the companies that existed in the game before we started playing. So take it off a pause, let it run. It's now March, and right away, another brand new company. And we're up to 9, and that one, that Age Productions, did release their phone operating system. So they're going to start paying us dividends. And that other company that came out, Treatbook Breach, did come out with a 3D editor. The first one on the market. So, seeing as how we bought in on those for only $200,000 right when they came out, and that's a brand new type of software, that'll probably sell really well. It's already made $1 million, and it just got released this month. So we'll be seeing a good amount of dividend payments from them. This should be a pretty good year. We're only halfway through the year, and we've already bought a bunch of companies. And another phone operating system came out from Shine Slam. I think, yep, that was another new company that just came out and released their first product, so we already own their stock. I think we might have seen most of the new companies that are going to come out this year already come out, and we're already up to September here. Yeah, nothing released in October. November, nothing came out. And December we'll hit pause, because we do have to sell off these stocks over here, get out of those deals. And we lost a little bit of money on that one, 3%, not a whole lot. We made enough profit on these other ones that That more than covered our loss. Looks like Man Inc. did come out with a new operating system in December. We'll take a look at their price. We already own them. Don't have to worry about it. Theta Delight came out with a console operating system. And that is not one of them that we own. But we do now. Looks like an audio tool hit the market. Go ahead and buy in on that. A couple games came out, and then everything else happened previous months in the year, and most of those were from companies that we are holding forever, so we don't have to worry about those at all. We don't even have to check on their price, although just curious. Yeah, these guys are paying us and their stock price is up. All these brand new ones paying us money for doing nothing. We've made money on every single one of those this year. And we'll continue to do that every time they come out with a new piece of software. That was a pretty good year. We went from 40 million to 86 million. So before we take it off a pause and let it run, let's take, I'll say 50 million of that. We'll go ahead and drop that in the bank. Looks like our bank is now up to $240 million, and we still have 36 million sitting in our wallet. We'll pull up those two windows that we need to keep an eye on and let the game run a bit. And unless I see some new companies come out or some new software that pops up on the market that we need to buy, I will just let the game run through the year and bring you back in December. And I brought you back in November instead of December because I noticed that new company did come on the market. We'll go ahead and buy their stock and set that aside. And since we do have it paused, looks like an antivirus did hit the market as well in November. And let's just look at the upcoming releases. Yeah, there's no antivirus slated to come out in December, so I'm going to invest in these guys so we don't miss out on that one extra month of profit. We'll just have to make sure that we set it kind of aside from the ones that we even have holding on to all year, because we don't want to sell them off when it hits December. We want to hang on to them for the whole next year pretty much. Alright, so December now. These guys did okay for us. Theta Delight did very well for us, up 1,000%. And it doesn't look like a whole lot of stuff hit the market in December. Looks like a 3D editor, a 2D editor, and a piece of office software. And I have a feeling that we already own most of those. Yeah, those two we already own. On the 2D editor one, looks like we do not own that one yet, but we do now. Alright, so two stocks that we need to keep an eye on, or need to hold for the year, and we'll sell those off. The only one that we need to kind of keep an eye on is that that one that came out in November, just to make sure that we sell it off early if their sales start to dwindle. Looks like, while I do have it paused, a 2D editor did come out. From that brand new company that we just bought in November. So we don't have to worry about buying in since we already own them. So take it off of pause, let her run. And unless something interesting happens, I will see you guys in December. Alright, welcome back. It is October. I did notice that one antivirus software that we bought a month early, or we bought in October rather than December, they did stop paying us dividend and their share price did start falling off, but it's still in the positive. We are gonna sell that off because if we wait the next 2 months until December, they'll probably be back to zero or even negative at that point. So sell it off while we've made some money on it. And it looks like 2 new pieces of software did come out in October, but it's from companies that we already own their stocks, so we don't have to worry about that. We just hang on to this one company over here for just 2 more months, and then we're going to go ahead and sell them off as well. So let's let our guy go home, let it kick over. Go ahead and sell that off now that we've reached December. Ooh, 3 phone operating systems come out all in the same month. And I know that Age Productions is one of them that we already own. Shine Slam we own. And Smileback we already own, so they are going to be competing with each other because it's 3 of the same type of software all in 1 month. But honestly, we don't care. You know, their price, their stock price might not go up or down a whole lot, but we're holding on to them forever, so we don't care about that. I'm sure that we'll get some dividend payouts from each of those 3. Until the sales start to fall off. Looks like the Office software that did come out, we will invest in that company. And what else did come out? iSpin came out with another console operating system. They're coming out with those pretty quick, every 1 or 2 years it seems. So buy back in on them. Looks like a game came out, and the other ones came out back in October, and we already own those stocks, so nothing else to buy in there. Oop. Yeah, we already own them. So we'll take it off a pause, and actually before we take it off a pause and let it run, we're up to 90 million in the bank or in the wallet again. So it's time to put some more money in the bank. Our company is worth almost 400 million already. So we've doubled from where we left off in the previous episode. I think we'll let this run until December, or until we see something interesting. And it's the middle of the year, May 1998. It looks like a brand new company did hit the market, which is why I brought you back, just to show you that we're going to buy in on them. That's a nice little portfolio we got going there. Looks like an antivirus did just come out in May too, and I think we do not own their shares, so why don't we go ahead and buy in for them with the intention of probably selling it right away in December. Well, hang on to that one for 6 months, because I'm sure there'll be something that comes out right around the end of the year, another antivirus that'll compete with them. Take it off a pause, let it run, and get back to watching these two windows to make sure that we catch any new software that comes on the market or any new companies that get established. Alrighty folks, it is December already, so time to go through and sell off the stocks. Looks like all of them have done pretty well this year for us. And for the new stuff that just came out in December, Throw Like Face Corp came out with one, but we already own that company. Looks like Super Trap came out with an office software, but I think we own them. Yep, we do. And there was a couple game softwares, that's about it. So we got a nice little portfolio going. Nothing to invest in this year that we don't already own. We're kind of reaching that tipping point where I think we own most of the companies. Pretty much anything that was established after we started playing in 1980 we own right now. So eventually, probably within the next year or two, we'll hit that threshold where we'll pretty much own 80% of the stock in every company that exists, and at that point we don't have to buy and sell stocks anymore. We just rely on dividend payments, and that will be a pretty steady payout. So before I let you go, let's just go ahead and drop, say 25 million into our bank account, leaving us 42 million in our wallet, and our company value is sitting at $430 million for the series so far, and we still don't have any employees. We still don't have any office furniture. Our guys still working 1 day a week or 1 day a month, coming in, sitting at the picnic table for an hour. So I think we're gonna leave off there and pick up in December of 1998 in the next episode. So we'll see you guys then. Thank you very much for watching, and have yourself a good day.